Mahama kasafa ejuma ho jobs. Let's go to John Mahama. He spoke on jobs. President 1 and then President 2, I will explain.
And according to the Ghana Statistical Services, over 1 million Ghanaians have found employment between quarter 1 and quarter 3 of 2025. Mr. Speaker, and 950,000 Ghanaians have escaped multi-dimensional poverty over the same period. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to report that our external position has strengthened significantly. By December 2025, our current account recorded a surplus of 9.1 billion, representing 8.1% of our GDP. This is a remarkable increase from 1.5 billion or 1.8% of GDP in 2024. These achievements have been driven by robust gold, cocoa, and non-traditional exports.
John Dramani Mahama ende oka ensem efa ejuma ho. Na eno na MPP for kokobo EPA ejimi. Say John Mahama say over 1 million jobs. Ebin see or see obeji eye banua akonwa kese no as a government. The okan say or see over 1 million jobs have been created, direct and indirect. Now or see between first quarter of 2025 and the third quarter of 2025. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. Now, so Obika say over 1 million, and the MPP for nam normal kasa, hey, statistical service for a release statement. No mo say quarter 1 and 2 no, na over 300,000. So statistical services say over 330,000 jobs have been created from quarter 1 and 2. It means say if it is over 330,000, the possibility say by quarter 3 2025 it is over 1 million. What's the big deal here? Comprehension amonti anase jimi na mojimi. When you read the statistical service document itself, this is the executive summary. Statistical service key labor market outcomes. Let me read it to you. Or say in the third quarter of 2025, John Mahama Kasano or say quarter 1 and quarter 3. Or say in the third quarter of 2025, more than 15 million people participated in labor force. Where a statistical service document. Participated in labor force with approximately 87% employed. Now, when you're talking about 15 million people, 87% out of 15 million people, do the math. Now, when you go for it, it says this: employment increased by over 330,000. When they say employment increased by over 333,000, the first question you ask is, where was the employment number, and then where the 333,000 ever told you so? This is comprehension. Or say employment increased by over 330,000 persons between quarter 1 and quarter 3 of 2025, reflecting continued absorption of labor. Female employment consistently exceeded male employment throughout the period. Urban areas recorded higher employment levels than rural areas, while Greater Accra and Ashanti regions accounted for the largest shares of employed persons. So when you read the document from the statistical service said employment increased by over 330,000 persons between quarter 1 and quarter 3 of 2025. So then you ask yourself, when they said the employment was over 330,000, the probability for we getting over 1 million people between quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, no, it is possible. So what is the noise about? Is it comprehension? Because statistical service themselves said employment basically over 330,000. So if 87% of 50 million people were in the job market and then 87% were able to succeed, then it means that 330,000 people were added to the previous number, which the president so over 1 million people got the job. Unless say MPP for unless you don't understand grammar, unless you don't understand the comprehension, unless you read it is basic, and this is an official document. So 1 million when you say 330,000, it still means over 1 million, because the 330,000 is not a stagnant number. The statistical service could have said, only 330,000 people were employed between quarter 1, 2, and 3. But they didn't say that. They said over 330,000 persons between quarter 1 and 2. So they are making you understand the probability. So already idea MPs no more Jimmy. You just don't take a document and say, because John Mahama said over 1 million, it means nipa 1 million in Drew. When you read the document, the statistical service said number 2 million. Now say and the Obecho say 2 million a double. He is going to tell you say job losses say and the nipa lose ejuma na nipa 1 million lose ejuma. Na last month Obecho say nipa 1 million lose ejuma. Na say Osabe Kacho say nipa 1.3 lose ejuma. Obecho say over 300,000 people were added to the unemployment rate. Meaning, Ocho said there is a significant number that is there already, and adding this number to the significant number. And anything about no, Obeka said over 330,000. The probability that is 1 million, it is high. Into a comprehension, MP before Jimmy, into the statistical service for Ba, no Obeka say, oh, last month, over 330,000 people were added to the unemployment rate. It means there was a number that over 330,000 was added. It could be 500,000 people were added to that base number. In some cases, there was an increase of 330,000. That means there was a number that the 330,000 and over was added for you to arrive at the final figure over 1.1 million. So the president was honest with Ghanaians. The president was reading from statistical service document. This is comprehension. And Abane created over 1 million jobs. And we have to all understand, the NDC government continuously, consistently, they have been honest with us. John Mahama has been honest. Already speech where we are, me who MPP Nibia, what me baby appointing number 5 said John Mahama boy. Nobody. Me who MPP Nibia, what me about out boldly to say John Mahama can we or boy. John Mahama can we or boy. All that they are saying, oh, Abani a settings government. Oh, Abani we there. They cannot point to anything because the president has been consistent and he has been honest with Ghanaians. And that is what we have been asking for all these years. Campaign say NDC back to power. We needed a government that was going to be honest with the people. We needed a government that was going to tell the people the truth, no matter the circumstances we found ourselves in. And the government were to be taking a bold decision to take a decision on cocoa board, because we needed a government that is bold, that is ready to tell its people the truth. It is our reforms now about where they about cocoa board, and then in the next year, about changing the life of cocoa board and the farmers themselves. You always need a government that at a point will make very difficult decisions. At the end of the day, it will be painful, but at the long run, that decision will help every single person. And and I am so happy that John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, they have been consistent when it comes to they telling Ghanaians the truth about how Ghana is state.